Let's talk Bill and Melinda Gates.
He just came out, boof, just out of the blues.
Yeah.
There was no prelude, there was no...
We were not warned.
Like, it was just...
They never gave a hint, but after 27 years, the couple have decided to go their separate ways, and they put out a communication yesterday telling that, hey, this is logical, we're doing this, and this is how we're going to go about it. They talked about how they were going to run their foundation together. So it will give you an insight into what's happening inside of their marriage, because it seems so in order, this divorce. I don't know if you agree.
Yes, I 101% agree with you. And I don't know if you want to say this on air, but you want to say this about how educated people divorce and stuff like that.
It's very different when you see educated people go through this process. When you see people who are, I don't want to say not educated, but not as aware, perhaps. Maybe that's the best way to put it. It's all about the anguish, the fight, the anger, the vexation, and I am going to hurt you. It shouldn't be. If you guys have outlived the love for each other, I'm not one for divorce personally, but if it's going to happen, can it be about the orderliness of it all instead of you putting everybody's laundry out there?
I feel like we don't actually know what is truly going on, and you can never know if there is actually anger, anguish, and all this craziness, and they've just put on a facade. Maybe after doing this for about 3 months, all the anger has subsided and they've become, you know, mellow about it.
Yeah, this doesn't really matter. Because let's be really serious. Of course, there'll be anger. We are human beings. There'll be disagreements.
There would be.
And it's not even about love, per se. You know, you made mention of something which is quite salient. You said, if you've outgrown love, a lot of people are not in marriages because they love each other. You know, but then, the point we're trying to go there is the amicability of the whole situation. Look, in the statement, Bill said, we found out that we cannot help each other grow further. What?
Very deep statement.
I don't clap for them. I'll attend that divorce party.
It's a very deep statement. So the issue...
I'll attend that divorce party.
There's a lot of money involved here.
Do you see what he said?
A lot of lives involved.
Well, you know...
So it's not... You know, sometimes they say it's because of the children. Right now, the children that they alone are
they've
parenting...
got 3 children.
No, I'm saying they're parenting financially all around the world. What is this divorce?
It's not going to change them.
In terms of healthcare, vaccinations, and all those things that
they will
they're
still
doing.
run the foundation together. And, you know, they said so. And for crying out loud, you never know how long they have been in this and have not really been in this. This is when they are making an announcement. Doesn't necessarily mean that this is when they agreed. This is when they wanted to let people know.
For all we know, they've probably been separated for 3 years or something. You never know.
But just the point is, I made mention this morning. I was talking to someone and I said, no, marriage contract should be in 10 years.
You want to
we should have, yes, I know. And it will happen very soon. Take my word, it will happen very soon. Where we come now, okay, let's have a 5-year tenureship. Let's have a 10-year tenureship. After 10 years, let's sit down.
Will this be
do you
something
think it can happen?
Yeah.
I don't mind. So, yes, because, look,
all
you have
you
to understand.
ladies out there who are dating
No, we said, hey, calm down. We said 10 years.
The guy is giving you ideas.
It kind of makes sense.
It does.
If you want to see marriage as a contract.
It isn't it? What binds you? What binds you?
Not everybody.
What is law? It's a contract. Yes. Marriage
from the
as a
standpoint. A lot of people go into it. Follow the ladder. Follow the ladder. Exactly. You know, my issue is... No, but think about it.
No, but Titi does have a point, and I agree. But you see, Titi is the typical Nigerian. Titi is the typical person out there. No, sorry. You have to apologize again after the show.
See, look, it's not a problem. Typical. I get you, and I fully understand. But you see, what binds your marriage is not the religious aspect. It's the legal aspect. The fact that you went to court and you signed something. So what I'm saying that it will get to the point where people will say, okay, so because we don't want to have issues like this, let's give ourselves that thing. In fact, it might even help a marriage last longer. If we get to the point that, okay, so I have to fight for you. I have to, if I want it, then someone says, like, I have to
let me just say something, guys.
It's not just contract that binding my own marriage. God, they bind my own marriage.
Come up with I wanted to actually point out or sound out is the lack of vitriol in this.
Yes, which is what we've been saying.
So, depending on what you believe, whether you believe in this institution of marriage, it being forever, or whether you believe that it can be contractual and, you know, in 10 years, like you said, my point is vitriol is a very bad factor inside of breakups. It can make a very simple situation seem absolutely redonkulous, and you wonder why exactly 10 years later we went through all of that. So that's just what I wanted to point out.
Look at Bezos.
We are going to be using this for our social media.
got away with a lot.
We're going to have this on our social media, so feel free to make a comment on there. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Let's know what you think about the Bill and Melinda Gates divorce scenario and how it applies to Nigeria. Wait, are marriages still what they used to be from before? Is that, you know, has it changed? Get on our social media.
But she was with him from the beginning, from when he was nothing, yo.
All right, do stay tuned. We got more coming your way.
That ladder with him.
Well, you're still welcome back, and it's still Wake Up Nigeria, and we're still on the subject of divorce, not ours, but the divorce of Bill and Melinda Gates. We're talking about that one on What's Up and About, and we carried it on to social media, so we're expecting your tweets as well. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, but we're going to check some from around the world because this is a global thing. Everybody's talking about the fact that these two who have been together for 27 years have decided to go apart, go their separate ways, after putting so much together for not just themselves, but the entire world with their foundations and everything. As you know, they also have hands in health when it comes to malaria, especially in Africa. But let's take a look at what some people are saying. Some of them comical. This person here, Brett Up, he says, maybe focus on fixing us instead of fixing the world. Apparently, he's saying perhaps maybe these two should have focused on themselves instead of everybody else. But then again, that's what altruistic people do. I got this one here, guys, and I'm going to be involving Titi and, of course, Mike in this conversation. People can't believe that they're getting a divorce. That's Bill and Melinda divorce. And this is a huge news, ladies. Bill Gates is back in the market.
The ladies.
But then, I don't know. Hey, would you go for him, Titi?
No.
You sure?
No.
No, you sure?
Not at all.
Okay.
No.
Will it not be called the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation from now on, is what someone is saying. And this one really is true. Bill and Melinda divorce is probably more popular than William and Kate wedding.
Oh, wow.
Is that even so?
Huh.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if that's true.
But it's easy to check out.
The finances involved with this particular couple, as I said earlier, you know, they're basically parenting the world with their money. And, you know, so there's a lot of kids wondering which side they're going to fall. Are they going to be Team Bill or Team Melinda? That's where I am.
Okay, this one's going to interest you. Now, this was a tweet from the BBC. BBC said, Bill and Melinda Gates announced divorce after 27 years, saying, we no longer believe we can grow together as a couple. And then Jace, that's DJ's Live, tweets, turning her off and on constantly doesn't always work.
That's
Mike, do you get the joke?
Yeah, I do. I do. I'm checking out something here,
let's hear what you
is comical. And Bill Gates, comical, not in the sense that it's funny, but comical in the sense that it's preposterous. Bill Gates put the whole world into lockdown. Shut up, who told you he did? That is ignorant of you to say. I've been stuck in the house with his wife only for a year. In his 27 years, now they realize they're not compatible. And that's why Bill Gates, I think this is utter rubbish, utter nonsense. You're listening to too many conspiracy.
The richest people in 2021 who are divorcees, it mentions Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Bernard Arnold, Larry Ellison, and Sergey Brin. 6 out of the 10 richest people in the world are divorced, which is to tell you that money cannot keep a marriage.
Do you know how many of the poor people are divorced?
Money is not the key to sweet marriage.
Do you know how many of the poor people are divorced?
True.
Well,
did you have that stat?
Can they afford the divorce?
Do you have that stat?
Check this one out, guys. Now, this is the_investor007 says, the true path to generational wealth is marrying the person who divorced the 4th richest person in the world. Go figure. And then, Control-Alt-Delete didn't work for Bill and Melinda. Mary, which one is your button about this whole thing?
Yeah.
Who are you with, Team Bill or Team Melinda?
Team divorce. If you're not happy together, then get a divorce and stop pretending to the whole world that you're a perfect couple when you aren't really. The truth is, so many people keep patching things up, and that's why you see some people, 30 years of marriage, they're going their separate ways, and you're wondering what went wrong. Nothing went wrong. They're actually add problems from the very
I have a question for you.
So it's either you fix it or you go your separate ways.
I have a question for you, Mary. We were talking in the kitchen from before when you were in there. We were asking how very interesting the situation is with Bill and Melinda. In the case where it is a very orderly type divorce, they're not going through all those slandering and, you know, vitriol and mudslinging and all of that. It's just a simple divorce. And whether it's the new thing, Mike seems to think it should be a tenor when it comes to marriage, just because it's a contract. And Titi, of course, believes in Jesus.
Yes, I do.
So I
want to hear Mary's contribution on this.
So I find it surprising that people would bring religion into this. And the reason is this. Religion has nothing to do with pretense. Religion is very straightforward. If you're not going to work on it, and believe me, marriage takes a lot of hard work, then you cannot come and tell me that, oh, you're saying because of religion. You're just hiding under religion. You're not facing facts. If you want your marriage to work, you have to put in the work. You have to make it work. It's
interesting,
not magic.
interesting, Mary.
Prayer is the key.
Interesting.
Prayer is the key.
And trust, of
Prayer
course.
is the master key. It's not about money. It's not about
It's about what? It's about prayer.
It's about prayer.
Really? I find that very, very, very funny because we've been praying for this country for about 40 years.
Really,
brought it up.
Then no wife have to bring the prayer is which key.
You know what?
Mike, thank you so much for going
I beg you,
there.
let's move on to something more
important.
important. We have kitchen to talk about.
How did we get here, guys?
Praying is
Please,
hard work.
can you take us away, Mary, with some deliciousness from inside of the kitchen? Because I don't know.
So this is what I say, and this is being very practical, as the case may be. You understand? Someone mentioned Bill Gates is not divorced. We have pastors who are divorced. You know, it cuts across.
Exactly.
It's almost like
So
it's almost everything. Exactly. It's not religious. And then one day we'll talk about this because you have to understand that. Look, we are in a country whereby we have to make things work. You pray as much as you pray. We have learned over time that no matter how much you pray,
I'll say
if you don't do what you need to do,
Mike.
it's all rubbish.
Hey, Mike, Mary, I'm with you guys. The practicality of it all. If you're going to make it work, put in the work. Don't try to say it's another factor that has to come in and help us make this marriage work, okay? Mary, are you ready for us inside the kitchen?
Oh,
What's
yes,
cooking?
I am. I just want to throw in that I'm really proud of how they're handling this. No mess. And if there is, they're doing it privately. So that's really commendable.